心だけじゃ人は操れないでしょ。決死の任務を遂行するならそれ以上の動機がない。許して
Hi everyone, my name is Mimi and welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to be reacting to Hell's Paradise episode 13, Dreams and Reality. Last episode, Modan showed up. They walked into what is calling their paradise or whatever. They went in there, Modan was waiting on them, and they fought, and they thought they killed him, but they didn't. And then he went on the attack again, and then that's when Shion showed up and saved them. Yay! But then we lost Senta, which was sad. And yeah, I'm just hoping that Shion, with him knowing about the waves in things, him being able to perceive Tao and all of that, that he's gonna be able to do something against this dude, man. Because I'm so tired of the Tencent. I really am. I just want them gone. And then he would reveal last episode that there's no elixir, so we don't know how that's gonna affect Gabimaru. Oh, also Gabimaru passed out after he defeated those Doshi. Um, he was about to ask May what she wanted from him, and then I think his nose started bleeding and then he passed out. So that's what happened last episode. And before we get into this one, if you guys like my reaction, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and please consider supporting me on Patreon at patreon.com/feelingmini. And now let's start this episode, and here we go. Okay guys, in case the reaction gets blocked and I had to cut out the reaction itself, you can just look in the pinned comment in the comment section where for the link to the reaction highlight itself, so you can just click on it, watch it, and then you just come back for my review. I don't know, but the transformation are ugly looking. Okay, if you want to transform, okay, to be like better looking. They're ugly beings, and then that's stupid. No, stupid. They're ugly. See, this is what I was hoping. Please do. Please do. I'm hoping. Please. Please kill him. Please kill him. And please be alive. I already lost things that I don't want to lose with you. Please kill him. The fact that they showed Mudan and then immediately after him they showed Shion. Foreshadowing. And he was saying something about cutting something to slow the transformation. Is it talking about Tensa transforming into flowers? A certain creature? Oh, okay, the one that killed Tenza. Like he was just sort of like following the same kind of energy, I guess, that the Tencent release. Eee! Was that the Tanden or whatever? Look at how Nurugai is proud. Oh, please don't die.
オン殿はすでに死を覚悟しています。一人で戦うには分が悪すぎる。
What is she doing?
何が？コッシーね。
What is she doing?
あった？いや、まあでもどうして？じいちゃんによくやっててさ。
Oh, why didn't I work on Yuzuriha?
相手のタオを高めるようないい相性もあるということ。いえ、今は考えてる時間は。
Then go help him. Please do not let him die.
離れていろと言ったはずだ。というか、なんだいその格好。
加勢します、シオン殿。
何より触手はかするだけで致命傷だ。
ですからこれです。包帯と譲り刃の粘液で肌を覆いました。
Hmm.
すごい身体能力。
You're stressing me out.
動きの先を読んでいる。私以上の正確さと速度でたくましくなったな。
But please focus on yourself, please. I'm not worried about Sagiri dying in this show. Even if she's gonna die, it's gonna be toward the end. I'm worried about everybody else. Like Shion right now.
こんなに激しいシオン殿は見たことがない。このままいける。
She doesn't know that Tenzin's dead. Freaking frag.
すまない、さぎり。憎しみが、悔しさが決して許しはしない。あの時逃げることしかできなかった自分自身を許しはしない。自らの命が尽きるまで。波を集めるのは魂を集めるのと同じ。下手すれば死の危険もあるが、恐ろしさを。待て、本当にここが弱点か。時間はない。シオンさん、マイスです。センター。植物の化け物なら。
The freaky frag.
星の狭間、僕らではたどり着けない完璧な因をリエンに教えてあげたいな。
Yay! The fact that he said that tells me that he's dead. I wish I could have shown. Yay! Finally, one of them.
ありがとう。
What are you thinking? I don't want you to thank me. Just die. Finally. Finally. Finally, one of them is dead. But that's not the one that killed. Please don't tell me. Can we find a way?
さっきのが限界だったみたい。そんな。
センター。
動くな。
Don't die, please. She won't use it.
私はあの人に使った方がいいと思う。分け合えばなんとか。そんな。でもだって命さえあればなんとかなるって言ったじゃない。忍びは現実主義なの。役目とか侍の矜持とかそういうのもういらない。もう楽にしていい。好きなことだけ考えてればいい。家族のこと、飼い猫、憧れの人の胸の中。先ほどはありがとう、ユズリハさん。あなたの冷静さにまた助けられました。もう誰も死なせない。全員で必ず生きてこの島を出る。必ずです。
Well, you okay?
なりそれって警戒しすぎだろ。猫かよ。
ここは
Are they going further in or out? Y'all are not ready to be facing any of these people right now.
よし、みんな。ながらでいいから話だけ聞いててくれ。まずは天仙様対策の波。君らの言うタオについて。本来誰もが持つ力だが、彼の経験が君のタオを強くした。大変だったね。
いえ、シオン殿こそ。
不明だが、精神や体に異変が起きたり、意識、例えば記憶などにも影響が出たり。
Consciousness and oh, so that's why he passed out.
こんな問題があんだけど。不老不死の戦薬。ガビマルは実在すると言ってました。里の長が不死身だったそうです。
Oh, I forgot about that.
幻じゃないかな。
ん？
幻。上現象を見せといて、徹底的な支配関係を植え付けんの。長には絶対逆らえないとすり込むわけ。ガビマルは愛する人のためにここにいるって。ええ、彼の妻の。それさ、例えばほら、恐怖心だけじゃ人は操れないでしょ。決死の任務を遂行するなら、それ以上の動機がない。でもさ、
思い出せない記憶障害のようなものか。
Are you freaking kidding me?
そんな人は本当にいるの？ちょっと。顔思い出せる？
ダメだ。そもそもここはどこだ。なぜここにいる。とにかく話を合わせながら情報を得るしかない。
ガビマル、体大丈夫？
ああ、問題ない。
She could read his style. She knows something is different about him. What the heck?
見栄えが悪くてな。おや、私のシャレの希少な理解者が出来が悪かったかな。
俺どうしているのか。
Third night?
サギリ、まさか俺。
いえ全然。すぐ色恋に結びつけるの悪い癖ですよ。
すまん。君にとって何なんだ。
I guess he's a reflection of.
よく
Oh
わか
no.
りません。でも、それがまた過去の自分を苦しめる。その上、ゆずりはさんの言うように。
If he's all alive?
能力までもがまやかしだとした。彼は凶悪な人殺しです。人殺しですが、悪人とは思えない。そう、彼なら決して諦めない。必ず生きて帰る。
What? It's done? The freak? That felt so short. That episode felt so short. Yo. You know when I started watching Hell's Paradise, and then you have Gabimaru that's supposed to be executed, and then the executioner was Sagiri, you know, a man and a woman. Immediately, my mind is computing that there are gonna be some strong feelings between these two people. That's how my brain works most of the time, you know, especially if they're leads of a show and they're of different sexes and they're like, you know, it's like I feel like they're gonna fall in love with each other. That's how my mind works. But then it's revealed at some point that he has a wife and that he wants to return to his wife. So the idea of that was like it cut off in my mind, you know, that he has a wife that he loves that he wants to return to. So any idea of a romantic relationship between Gabimaru and Sagiri, like, it's gone. It's kaput. Even though when I see them worrying about each other at that spark or whatever, it sparks a little bit in my mind, but then I know that it's not going anywhere because he has his wife that he loves and he has to return to. And now with the way Yuzuriha was talking, like Mudan said that there's no elixir. There's something similar, but there's no elixir of life, you know. And then you have she's Sagiri said that Gabimaru said that yeah, it existed because he's seen it. His village chief has it, you know. And then Yuzuru started talking about the illusion and how these chiefs do that in order to subdue their shinobi and whatnot, especially when they are young and that they are so impressionable that you see that you have no desire to go against this immortal being, you know. And she started saying that, and I'm like, okay, if the fact that she's saying that, that means, I mean, not that it means, but the fact that Mudan said that there's no elixir, and then she's saying that maybe what Gabimaru saw is an illusion, it would make sense because if the elixir does not exist, then that means that this chief was not immortal, and that means that the illusion that she's talking about is what happened. But then she was taking it further and was saying that who's to say that the wife even exists, that it could be another illusion that they use on him to give him something to, like, when she was saying that, I'm like, I could not, like, I could not believe that this is happening right now. Like, they sent him on this suicide mission, basically, to get this elixir that supposedly exists, but we've learned that it doesn't. And that he's doing it for his wife, and then the possibility that his wife does not exist, and that it's all a figment of his imagination, an illusion that has been presented upon him, that has been given to him in order to make him even more of a pawn in this chief's hands. It's like, I don't know how to deal with that, and that's with me watching it. So I can't even imagine if it's actually true, how Gabimaru would feel about that. I And then he wakes up and doesn't remember anything about what happened. You know, when Shion was talking about how the overuse of the Tao could um, make you go unconscious or affect your memory or something or other, I didn't think about the memory part. I just thought, okay, last episode he started bleeding from the nose and then he passed out. So I was thinking, okay, he overused his Tao and then he lost consciousness, you know. Mama did not even think that he would have lost he lost his memory until he said it, that he doesn't remember anything. And he's trying to remember, there's an echo of a wife somewhere in his brain, but he doesn't remember it. Excuse me. And then he's seeing all these people before him and he doesn't know them, but then he's saying, okay, I'm gonna play along until I figure out what the situation is. And then you have May there just looking at him and his style, and she's like, there's something wrong here, you know. But how long can Gabimaru keep this lie? I guess keep this hidden from them, that he doesn't know anything, especially with the situation that they are currently in. I don't know how he can hide that, you know. Now Mudan is dead. Yay. Because I was saying, like, when Shion showed up last episode, and I'm like, with the way he already knows about Tao and the waves and whatnot, I'm like, please let him defeat Mudan. But then it seems like he was having so much trouble, and then I started worrying about him dying. And he's like, I'm, you know, ready to die. And it's thankfully Nurugai was able to hug Sagiri and give him a little bit, freshen her up a bit, I guess. I wonder why it didn't work on Yuzuriha. Because she went to her at first. And Yuzuriha's like, I don't feel anything different about me. And then she went and hugged Sagiri. And then she said that she used to do it for her grandpa, and that she did it for Shion too, or something or other like that. So it's like she was able to give Sagiri a little bit of a wind under her sails so that both of them can go help Shion and distract Mudan while um, Shion defeated Mudan. Sagiri told Shion that the Tanden is their weak spot, but then as he was Sagiri pinned down Mudan on one side, you had Shion behind Mudan there, and he was getting ready to strike, but then he's like, she told me that it was this Tanden, but I'm not feeling any kind of power or something from this place that she's telling me to cut. And then it was Senta that revealed what it was, where their power core is. And he said because he's a tree or whatever, or flowers, whatever, that is the ovula. That's where it was. And then he cut it, and you see a whole bunch of heads, wooden heads. And then he's like, what exactly did he say? I hated the fact that he was thanking him. Like I hated it. Because it felt like, I don't think he's saying it as a way of like, thank you for setting me free after 1,000 years or something or other. I don't think that's the way he meant it, but that's how it felt like to me. And it kind of reminded me of Demon Slayer, and when you kill the demons, and then they have these remorse at the end of the episode or something or other, at the end of their life. And I'm like, I don't want to see any of that happening with these Tanden people, Tencent people. I don't like them. I hate them. I want them to die, and I don't want to see any of them have any kind of remorse. So the fact that he was there, like, thank you, I'm like, ugh, just die. Don't speak. Just die. Just be like, why? Or scream out in anguish, and then die. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see you be thanking the person that killed you. I was also thinking that when last episode, Senta was, and then he started turning into flowers. For some reason, I didn't expect him to be like a prominent, like a big part of this episode as well. For some reason, I just thought, okay, he's dying, and then he's dead basically at the end. Even though we didn't see him die, that's just how my mind worked. Like he's dead, that he's not gonna be able to do anything, you know. But with Shion's arrival, he told Nurugai to cut off something to sort of like slow the transformation. And when at the critical moment where Shion needed to cut the power source of Mudan, I guess he's the one that gave him the right information, and he was able to kill him. But then I like that scene where it's like, okay, you have Shion that's on the verge of dying, and then you have Senta as well, and Yuzuriha being the cold, calculating kind of person that she is. She's like, it's better to use the salve that she has on Shion instead of Senta. And I like that she was there with him and coaching him into letting go and thinking about what made him happy as he's dying, so that. And uh who am I being emotional about this? the fact that he died in her arms, and she's someone that he looks up to. I don't know. I feel like I didn't even cry when saying Tenza died. When Tenza died, like I was upset. Like I was really upset, but I didn't cry. But for some reason, I don't know. So he's gone, and then they went. I'm like, when they found this place, wherever they were going, it felt like they were even going even further into Shisen whatever kill. And I'm like, should you be going there or should you not be leaving? You know, because you just went through this massive battle. You guys are not 100%, but you even going further in where these people are supposed to be leaving. I just felt like it was dangerous. But they found this place where they had a change of clothes and then they were taking a break, I guess. When Sagiri made that promise that she doesn't want to see anybody die anymore, and the fact that she counted out all these people that died, and it's only been 3 days, third nights or whatever there, I was like, for some reason, I was so shocked. I felt like they were there longer than that. But yeah, and then when she made the promise that she was not gonna let anybody else die, I hope that she's able to keep that promise, because with these people, these Tencent, it's like, you don't know, it's hard enough for them to kill one person and there are 7 of them, you know. So I don't know, and maybe they're gonna tell us that this person that they killed is even like the weakest among all of them, you know, meaning that each person that they're gonna be encountering whatever, moving forward, may be stronger than the one that they just defeated, you know. And as I just remember, as Shion was talking about Tao and how it can affect you physically and whatnot, when he said physically, they showed, no, they said physically, I don't know, he used a quite a word, and then they showed Chobe and his brother, and Chobe was holding on to the doshi as they were walking. So basically, I'm guessing the doshi was giving him directions as to where the Tencent are. And the vines on his neck are still like growing and being prominent and whatnot. So we got to see him a little bit. But yeah, we lost Senta. We lost him. Mudan's dead. Yay. And Gabimaru lost his memory. And there's a possibility that his wife doesn't exist. And I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I don't know. Thank you guys for watching. And if you like this reaction, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe. And if you want to see my reaction to the next episode, the link is going to be in the pinned comment. So you can just click on it and you can check it out right now. And you can also catch up with my previous Hell's Paradise episodes. There's a link in the comment as well. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. I can roll the world, JJ, just follow me. I will break the walls, now look at me. Fools are even one.